First off, I want to thank the brave men and women who work behind the wall. I want to thank them on a national level because their job goes unrecognized.
How do they try to turn a guard?
Well, correctional officer. Sorry, I apologize. But correctional officer.
How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Gangi, host of Tear Talk. About a year ago, maybe a little bit more, I started doing a playlist on inmate manipulation, and one of the areas I covered was divide and conquer, something I witnessed firsthand. And the outcome of that, to me, was usually this one simple thing that the inmate wanted. And I'm going to discuss that a little bit when we come back from our break. But there's something else I noticed that can happen with divide and conquer. Something I just realized today, and I have to get this out. I have to tell you guys, because it's another outcome. And again, I'm learning something every day. So I think this can add to the manipulation playlist that I have. So again, we're going to talk about divide and conquer, something we touched on before, but another outcome that I never thought until just now that could happen when inmates try to employ this divide and conquer. So when we get back from our sponsors, we're going to discuss divide and conquer again a little bit, but a little bit of a new approach I want to put out there. Now guys, if you haven't, the show Tear Talks for you brave men and women that work that front line. So please subscribe, interact, engage, comment, hit that bell. That bell's going to notify you every time I post a video. I stand by for our sponsor.
I wanted to attend a university that had an intelligence program. I wanted to look at problems different. I wanted to increase my critical thinking abilities. AMU offered those avenues to expand. Obtaining your degree as an adult, you're actually paying yourself and investing in yourself. You can't put a dollar on it, it's priceless. It's something that can never be taken away from you.
American Military University. Learn from the leader.
Thank you guys for listening to our sponsor. This is a bit complicated for me to discuss, but so let me just go back. We had a conversation about a year and a half ago about divide and conquer. You'll find that on my manipulation playlist, something I witnessed firsthand. And we know that the outcome of divide and conquer is what? To isolate staff, right? To build animosity between staff members, and basically it causes that divide. So now if I'm a staff member and I'm stuck in a situation that's ambiguous, I may not be able to go to my other support staff because I'm not talking to you because of whatever happened, and most likely the inmates are usually behind that, feuding the animosity. Again, they want to isolate us, they want us to cause that divide and basically bring that officer into their group. So again, officers confused, the inmates want to be that sole resource. They don't want the officers, they don't want the peer support, they want to be that resource. And again, it's a game that they play. It's called divide and conquer. That's why we always have to leave our personal stuff outside the doors. It cannot come into the prison. We always have to be professional behind that wall. If we have concerns, the inmates can't see it because they'll further their divide. And that's right off the bat. I've discussed that before. I picked that up firsthand, the isolating of staff. And then once we're divided, it makes it easier for the inmate to conquer. And it really does. It just puts a huge target on our back. So if me and you aren't getting along in the unit, we're both officers or officer versus civilian, the point is inmates kind of just sit back and watch it, and then they kind of pick sides and they play both sides against each other. And I always tell people that's why we have to reinforce communication with each other. We have to make sure that when we're lost, inmates see that we go to each other. Even if we have a personal issue, it doesn't matter. We're professional. We go to each other, and they need to see us communicating with each other. It's very, very important. Now, that's an older video. I kind of just rushed through it real quick. But there's another outcome that can happen when an inmate tries to employ the divide and conquer. And it relates to making staff. Now, check this out. Check this out. I just thought of this. Making staff compete with each other. Think about that. We talked about the animosity, right? The divide and conquer using animosity, right? Getting staff members mad at each other. So if me and you got into an argument in a unit, inmates will see that and they can fuel the fire. That's what they do. So obviously we show them that we're angry, which is foolish of us. They fuel the fire, or they can cause the animosity. However it is that they decide to employ that game, whether we start it or they make it happen. The point is, it's a game that's meant to isolate us. The other way, too, is a divide and conquer that makes us compete. Sometimes you have inmates that will get staff members to compete with each other. And at the end of the day, the winners of this competition are not going to be staff. it's going to be the inmates. It can happen between the same departments. It can happen between different departments sometimes. Civilians and custody could be competing. And inmates are just sitting there reaping the benefits of this competition in regards to what you can do best for that inmate, if that makes any sense. So they'll fuel the fire, and at the end of the day, here you guys are competing because you think you're doing it because you're better at the job than the other person is, and vice versa, going back and forth. But at the end of the day, you don't realize it, but whatever you're doing, the competition, the way you're bringing it to the next level, all benefits the inmate. So they're getting the best of both worlds by causing these people to compete. And when I say compete, is that you're going above and beyond when your job doesn't require you to go above and beyond. Even go so far as going beyond your prescribed role because you're more concerned about the competition between you and this other staff member as opposed to what your job tells you to do. So again, I know I'm kind of being general with this, but I'm thinking in the comments we could talk about some more specifics in regards to the competition. But it's another way that divide and conquer can be employed. It's not always so much about causing animosity, even though this could develop an animosity. It could be just getting both parties to compete by challenging them to step it up, however they do it. And at the end of the day, this may force both parties to go above and beyond because they're looking to be seen as the better of the two. And now at the end of the day, you're going above and beyond, which means you're going beyond your prescribed role, and now the inmate reaps the benefit. And they just sit back. And now you have a divide. It's crazy. But I thought I can add that to my manipulation aspect of divide and conquer because I didn't add that other level. So I thought that was pretty unique. I was thinking about it. So again, divide and conquer can be done through animosity or competition. As always, guys, the show is Tear Talk. If you haven't, please subscribe, interact, engage, comment, hit that bell. That bell will notify you every time I post up a video. All right, guys, stay safe.